Good evening, YouTube. I wanted to go over one thing, and something I've noticed lately on the internet and some of these videos on how to carry your extra ammunition with your shotgun. And a couple of the videos I've noticed lately is that some of the, I don't call them more learned people that are on some of these videos are telling people if you don't have the best possible gear, then you're not serious about this. You're not serious about defense. You're not serious about, having a shotgun for defense. What a load of crap. I'm sorry, but going out and spending the most money on everything doesn't make anyone any less serious about their personal protection. I mean, some of the gear I've looked at that these guys are talking about cost almost as much as this gun does. So getting back to that, and back to a defense shotgun on a budget, I wanted to go over a couple of ways of carrying extra shotgun ammo. Now, you'll notice right off the bat that on the buttstock of the shotgun is a simple Allen shotgun shell carrier, 5-shot carrier. This is the one that just slides right over the buttstock. What I had to do is where the sling swivel is, I cut a small incision about 3/4 of an inch so that the sling stud would come through. I didn't want to make it any bigger, and that worked fine for this. And actually, it's on there very well. And you'll notice how I have it orientated. I'm using dummy rounds, even the clear plastic one. They're all dummy rounds. I have them with the shells facing down. The bottom of the shell is facing down. There's a reason for that. That's one, when you go to load these, that's having gravity help you. And what I mean is that way, when you want to take a shell out, drop and either port load it or go into the tube. But that's why no loss of movement. Boom, in. And the same with my sling. Now, granted, this is not an expensive sling. I'm on a straight budget, so you can understand that. Let me kind of pan this over so you can get that a little better. But you can see it'll hold 4 extra rounds. You notice I'm using dummy rounds, unlike some people that I know. I don't like to mess around with live ammo when I'm doing anything with these guns. Same thing, this is also, again, for hunting if you choose it to be. You can slip this out, pull, port load, or tube load. If you run dry, I suggest practicing port loading. That's how you're supposed to load an empty shotgun in a situation like that. But again, we're getting back to what we're talking about here in some of these more expensive pouches, and some of them are not that bad. You'll see a MOLLE equipped where they basically ride on your chest. I don't know about those. They seem to kind of, I don't know, for me they'd kind of get in the way. But they're also expensive. I've looked at one, the SOE copper egg. That's $225. And okay, if you have the money, fine. Go out and spend the money. I have no problem with that. But for a lot of us, $225 for just a way to throw your extra shotgun shells on you, that's a lot of money. And so I've had this for a while. I modified it. This is a East German grenade pouch. And how I modified it is there's 4 strands of paracord hot glued together and then hot glued to the back side here, as you can see. And then I wrapped other paracord around those 4 strands because they were completely glued together. And what that does is when this is on your belt, and this is pretty well, you can see it's got the 2 straps and the 2 metal clips. This thing is on your belt. This thing's not going anywhere. But what having this allows you to do is if it's on your belt, you pull this up, you've got that pouch open instantly, very quickly. And I have right now 15 shotgun shells in, very easy to get to, very easy to pull out. And it'll hold more. This was $5. I still see them at gun shows for $5, $6 all the time. I see them online. I looked up $7, $8. Okay, cool. And the modification was probably a $3, $4 modification. I have less than $10 into that. Okay, and it holds almost the same amount of shotgun shells that these really expensive shells these shell holders or pouches or whatever hold. The Allen cheek piece, or the shotgun, the buttstock there, that was $6. If it wears out, I buy another one. Now, people may ask, why aren't you running like a Tac Star or a Mesa shell carrier for the other side of this gun? Well, now that's where doing your homework comes in. Notice this forearm. This forearm comes back to here. On the other side of that shotgun, it would bump into a Tac Star or a Mesa. Now, if I was going to change the forearm and change the buttstock, okay, then I could do that. I'd get, like, if it was up to me, if I was going to do that, I'd get the Magpul forearm, Magpul buttstock, and that whole problem would be eliminated. But between those two, you're talking almost another $200. Then to get the Tac Star, and you can see that this would take this from a low budget build to a $500–600 shotgun in no time, and that's defeating the purpose of a low budget shotgun. So here again, you know, you can go hog wild and spend a lot of money. You don't need to, and don't let anyone tell you you do. Don't let anyone tell you you need to spend tons of money outfitting a pump shotgun for personal defense. You can do all this. Again, this whole gun sitting here right now as it sits is right about $300. That's it. That's all you need. And now again, I'm still debating if I want to do the 2-round extension for Wilson Combat. I have not decided yet. I probably won't, at least not at this time. But if I do, it'll still be under $350. It'll still be a fairly effective and fairly cheap shotgun. So there again, okay, you can take one of these guns and go totally ballistic budget-wise. Send it to Wilson Combat. When they make great shotguns, they take a gun like this and turn it into a top-of-line combat shotgun in no time. Or you can buy one. But again, for most people on a budget, spending $1,100, $1,200, $1,300 or more on a pump shotgun for personal defense is not within their budget. So be smart when it comes to these things. If you get an 870 older one like this, look to see if your forearm will travel back to about here on both sides. If it does, you're not going to get one of those Tac Stars on. You might get one of the short four-round ones from Mesa on the other side. I haven't looked at those exactly, but I know the 5- and 6-rounders are pretty much going to get bumped into, defeating the purpose. Look into that before you buy the gun. If that's where you want to go, then be prepared to figure out you're probably going to spend money on a new forearm at the very least, and you're probably going to want to go about, and then it goes from there. But as far as like shotgun carrying, carrying your extra ammunition, you don't need to spend a lot of money on the gear to go with that either. So keep all those things in mind when you're looking into this, and don't let anybody tell you you need to spend all this goofy, stupid money on all this gear to be an operator or whatever these guys think they are. Yes, a lot of them have had training. A lot of them have that they couldn't afford to pay for the training. Not everybody can. I know I can't. I'm pretty good with a shotgun. I always was. But you can do this. Get the dummy rounds like that you can get for a few bucks. Practice. Use those to port load. Don't use live ammo. Whatever you do not play around, messing live ammo in your house. You inadvertently blow a hole through your wall or somebody else. So get the dummy rounds. Play around with the port loading. Play around with the speed loading. Play around with it. You can do all that. You don't need to go into an expensive course to learn how to do those things. So, again, this might be a little longer than I wanted for this video, but there you go, YouTube. Have a good day.